Hi guys, welcome back. This is another Etsy share. Now you watched a video yesterday where I talked about these 5 places that I get my resources from. Some lace options, one being a small supplier off Etsy where you get little snippets of bits and pieces in a bundle. The other one being going to the factory that is based in Guangzhou in China and buying a lot more lace, but the benefits of the little one is if you just do a little bit of embroidery, you might just want some little morsels. But if you do a lot of embroidery like myself, I have to start considering going to sort of bigger outlets to get more bulk purchasing. Now the other 2 places I went through were selling Indian trims, so really brightly coloured beaded pieces. And I had the one little package in from the Australian supplier, which was just gorgeous. And I hadn't yet received Boho tree. Now this is the factory in India. So like the lace, just 2 options, small little morsels and some serious quantity. This here was all about my silk ribbons and a lady in Australia that I get little combination packs of silk ribbon. So literally after I finished filming that video, I just uploaded it to YouTube. The doorbell rings and Boho tree had arrived. So video number 2, I had to turn on the camera and show you my parcel. Look at this. Can you see in there the lusciousness of what is going to explode from this? Oh, I can't believe it when it arrived. This is going to be something. I've got a friend who has a friend that makes dresses for weddings in India. I've never met the lady, but I know she's in my circle of people. There's this lady that trims the dresses for weddings. Could you imagine the fabrics and textiles that she would have floating across her craft table? Oh, couldn't even imagine it. Oh, I went a little crazy here. Don't ask me how much I spend. You don't want to know. But I'm hoping I got a lot for my money, so therefore it is actually quite economic. Oh, that's right, I bought some block print. I've been looking at these for years and I've just never seen designs that caught my eye. Check that out. And it's huge. I thought it'd be really small. What did I pay for that? I thought, where's my phone? That was really quite expensive. And I thought, I bet it's, 2 inches. Let me just grab the order back up and have a look. They didn't have a lot of them, but I've been sort of watching this site for a little while and they do come and go a little bit with their range. Boho tree, there it is. Like there's 1,500 items on their site. So it's like just pages and pages and pages of it. But you've got to get, oh, they're on sale too, would you believe? 50% off. Seriously? Oh, I tell you what. We will just ignore that little detail. Doesn't that annoy you? Or maybe I did get a good deal. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Move along. Boho tree. Here it is. So those stamps, that guy was $30. And the next one is $35. There was a second one, which is a lot of money. Having said that, I pay that sort of money for a Tim Holtz stamp, where you get a heap on a sheet. Here's the other one. My fish. Oh, look at him. Isn't he just gorgeous? Oh. Do you remember when you were young and you did, well, I did, lino printing? Where they gave us a piece of lino. We were still at school. It was in the art class. grade 11, grade 12. They gave us a piece of lino and we had to carve it out with this tool that had like a curved nib on the end, and you had to dig it all out. That's what this reminds me of, except they do it into timber. It's got a little break there. Oh no, just a split. That would break. Little crack there. It hasn't gone all the way through, so I'm going to have to be very careful with it. Aren't they just gorgeous? I paid way too much, for goodness sakes. They're going to be pieces to decorate my house. I don't think I'll ever put paint on them. They're just gorgeous. All right, let's have a little look at all these trims. Now, they're all 1 yard, so I've got a fair bit of length here. So that's a real gold one. That's pretty. An emerald, not emerald, an olive green. This one here was in their Christmas section, which I thought was an interesting combination of colours. Oh, look at that. I got another stamp. Bandit and Pepper are running amok. So I do apologise for the woofing. Look at that. Oh, you can see what my favourite colours are. These neutrals with the gold. They're just, and there's my other stamp. I'll have to find out how you use them, or do I just keep them as ornaments? That's my treat. I don't think there was freight on the parcel as well, which makes it, you know, a little better, but I'm sure I've paid for it. It's never a gift. It's added into the price. Look at you. Gosh, a bit of lacquer on that and that'd make a great coaster. You know, put some resin on it and fill it so that it was shiny and sealed. Oh, gorgeous. Happy with those. Now, I thought they would be about that big because I've seen them for that size and that price on other sites for quite some time, and I've just never gone and bought them because I felt like I was giving them $25 for a little piece of timber that had been carved, but those, they're the size of my hand. That's great. It just pays to wait sometimes and just keep looking, just keep watching. It's very hard to take the impulse out of shopping, isn't it, ladies? I'm not a lover of that one. It sort of feels, I don't know, on the right piece it would probably be okay. I'm not a lover of him. That's pretty. Very pretty. Love that. I've got something similar to that. And that's the sister to it. Some navies. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, look at you. I'll never use all this in a million years. This has got a little out of hand, I think. But aren't you beautiful? I'm going to have to come up with a project to showcase these things. If you've got any suggestions, drop them in the comments below. I'm thinking a sampler is my first thought, so that I can sort of record all of the little pieces somewhere. Oh, they're just so unusual. I must say there's a smell here, so I'm going to need to put some air freshener in amongst it. There's a I don't know what that smell is. Who knows? Don't ask. It's probably something to do with elephants. Isn't that beautiful? I love those. Based on that neutral. Look at that. Mm. That one there was in the clearance bin, these two. And I thought I'll just grab it because it just looked interesting, the colour combinations. Very pretty. I think I'd need to cut away the background. I think that's what's turning me off of a couple of those there, is that we've got this stocking colour in the background, and if that was trimmed away a little so that your beautiful fabrics were coming out instead, I think that would go a long way to helping some of those that are a little bit so-so. But then, you know, colour's colour. Once you start working a piece, you'd be surprised where things work in. All right, let's get this lot out of the way. These were 2 bundles that were just snippets of things. So you don't know what you're going to get. Those ones, I had to buy a yard each time. So pot luck for these. Now these snippets. So most of those yards were about $10 a yard. These guys, these bundles, range from $30 to $45. Yeah, roughly. That's Australian. So don't start adding up what I spent here because no one's to know. I'm in denial. Let's see what you get in a little snippet pack. And, you know, at the end of the day, this is probably all you'd need because we're just stitching them down. These are like little bits. It's all you need. I've turned them upside down so that we get to reveal. Oh. Little guy. And what have we got? This one. Oh. Look at that. Gorgeous. So that's one pack. There's an awful lot in there. Let's have a look at this pack. I think I've got way too much here. Oh, goodness me. Let's turn them upside down so that we can... Look at that colour. It's like an emerald. Oh, very pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, beautiful. That's so pretty. How gorgeous would that be in our gardens? Oh, it's like another world, isn't it? It's all embroidery. The colours, they're just... And their colour combinations you just wouldn't think of. That's why I think a project that showcased them all would be a good way of, you know, glancing at it when you're starting a project and say, well, let's do something that is just those colours there. And they work. I would never put that together in my head. I'd go a safer route. I wouldn't think to put an apricot in with a burgundy. But it does work. Beautiful. There's lots of blues in this pack. Oh, look at that. Just gorgeous. I'm going to try not to say that too much, because otherwise it's just me saying, oh, isn't that gorgeous? And the last pack. This pack was a little bit more expensive with more elements to it. You'll see what I mean when you go looking. And it's looking like it's 50% off. So I hope that's still going when you guys see this video. Wow. Wow. See, orange and apricot. It just wouldn't enter my brain putting those two together. That'd send me in a pastel direction, and that would send me in a bright coloured direction. Then to throw gold on top of it. Oh. Let's turn them upside down. Let's get the reveal. Oh, look at you. They love their gold, don't they? Oh, that gives me a bit of a Mexican vibe. That burnt yellow. Oh, I love those colours together. Burgundies and pinks and dusty pinks, not bright pinks. You're a little bit crazy. Not digging you, but you never know where it could end up. So random. Beautiful. Aren't they different? Oh, I love that. See, another combination of colours that just is beautiful. Pink, turquoise, and then that raspberry red with the plum dusty pink colour right through it. Very pretty. Oh, these are drooling. But I must say there's a smell here. Look at this, seriously. Oh, you see these things on furniture and in temples and, you know, just different. Just, oh, goodness me. Oh, and that was a reverse. Look, it gets crazier this side. It's very crazy colours. So you never know what you're going to get in a bundle. It's a bit of potluck. And there's probably elements here that I would never use. But having said that, you just never know. Look at you. Aren't you beautiful? Yeah, that's a bit ugly. So, that's just got to go straight to the bin. I'm sorry. It's out of here. There might be a couple in there I'm like going to pension off. You're odd, but I love your colours. Just feels so nice on the fingers. They're a cutie. It's what you do with them that's ugly. Oh, I'm sorry. No, to the bin. That's ugly. I think we've seen that one before. That's a great flower, that design. Satin stitch, then the couched edge, then some pistol stitch. That's a very effective little flower. Some little trims. There's a lot in this pack. I've seen him before. He's in that blue one. Oh, you're a pretty little piece. Little piece of lace. You don't often see lace in amongst their textiles. Oh, there's some great videos on YouTube. If you go looking for how they make all of these trims, it's amazing. Oh. That's pretty. It's a shame it was cut there like that, isn't it? A cut there would have been a lot better, but anyway, you still could stitch that into something and then have it peeking out, so it's not all lost. A slow stitcher would make it into something. Aren't you pretty? Oh, look at the butterflies. Very cute. My goodness, how many pieces was in this pack? That's pretty. Navy, cream and gold. Beautiful. Now we're talking. I wonder how I wash this. I can feel dust. I probably should have had something protecting my mat. I'm going to need to go and have a little dust, I think. That's going to the bin. Oh gosh, don't they love colour? It's just, then that piece comes up. There's nothing colourful about that, but the red is beautiful. I wonder if I can just soak these pieces gently, like not be abrasive in the cleaning process, just do up a soapy water, lay them all in and just let them soak, and maybe just apply pressure down on them, put them in a tray. Could do a little test. And then just lay them out flat on a towel to dry. I'm wondering if that would work. I might get onto YouTube and see how do you wash Indian trims. Oh, that's pretty. So there you go, guys. That's the opportunities you get if you go direct to an outlet based in India. You'll get all sorts of little morsels, so there's heaps of little trims there, and then you can also look at buying them by the yard. So if there's ones that you absolutely love, or let's say you're doing a project and you need to get more, at least with trims that are by the yard, you can get yourself a couple meters or a couple yards. So that's the options out there. You can see just looking at the color palette that I chose when I go through and pick colors, that's my tones. A couple in there are a little bit crazy, like that one there, but then these little packs where you just get a morsel are a great way of taking your boundaries into a whole nother area, because they're probably not what you would normally order, and you certainly wouldn't want a full yard of them. And then the gorgeous blocks. So a bit of a special parcel. I'll copy the links for all of those shops again in the bottom of this video. But if you haven't seen yesterday's video where I show you the smaller package I got from an Australian Etsy store and the laces, I'd recommend you go back one day and have a look at video number 1 of this little Etsy share focusing on laces, trims from India and silk ribbons. Being that we're all working with embroidery at the moment, the silk ribbons might be handy if you want to have a little try of silk embroidery. All right, guys, I will leave you to it, and thanks for joining me and having a look at these little treasures. I'm off to the laundry and I'm going to see if I can get rid of this smell and the dust. Anyway, thank you guys. Bye.